Who's fact-checking the fact-checkers?
Nobody.
You know?
Who's measuring the measuring tools of measurers?
Who made the original ruler?
So in physics, they taught us that you should never make any assumptions, right? And they taught us how to use a ruler.
Okay.
And the ruler starts with, you got your numbers from the lowest number, it goes up. Mm-hmm. And they said never start at the beginning. You throw your ruler down wherever it falls. Because if you throw your ruler down from the beginning of the ruler, you're already making the assumption that ruler was measured correctly.
Perfectly, yeah.
And that because sometimes you got like a wood ruler, whereas remember wood rulers wear
that
down.
Little bit of space between where that first tick mark starts. It's like, do you do it from where the wood begins, or do you do it from the tick mark? Like, what is it? Like,
yeah, no. So they teach you don't do anything with any kind of preconceived notions at all. You just go in there and they showed us when you're measuring something, you put the ruler down and wherever it falls. Then you have to do some math and say it was from this tick to this tick, and that's how many inches or whatever it was, and you're measuring distance that way.
What was this teacher's name?
Oh, I don't remember.
Exactly.
It was a great teacher.
Exactly. You don't.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Come on, man.
I don't remember a lot of people's names.
You know
how often I meet somebody and like 2 seconds later I already forgot their name?
I'm terrible with names.
It happened recently on a call. So somebody introduced themselves, and by the end of the call I was like,
the hell's this guy's name?
It was nice meeting you.
Thank you, sir.
You have a good day.
Have a good one, buddy.
Yeah.
I can remember every one of my elementary school teachers' names. I cannot remember a single high school or middle school teacher. I'm so sorry. Maybe John Merritt, but he was never one of my teachers. He was the color guard instructor. Love you, John. But I can't remember any. But elementary school, they must have. They made a big impression on me, man. It's so important, those early years.
I remember very few of them.
Ready? First grade, Norman. Second grade, Peterson. Third grade, Klein. Fourth grade, Gregory. Fifth grade, Allen. Beyond that, don't remember anybody. What'd we have for breakfast today? I don't even remember that. I'm just joking. That's not that.
Yeah, I drank McCafe.
I did. Hey, look at that.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Fact checking.
I don't remember. Fact checking is
Well, if you look at the fact check, you go listen to his speech, and then the fact checkers, he lied 40 times. Hey, news alert, they all do. They're all lying. Every one of them. Oh,
and we allow it.
And we really do allow it, don't we?
We allow it. I don't know what the solution is for stuff like that. I mean, you would think you just stop listening, but
yeah.
I used to say when it comes to voting and just media and stuff like that, like in politics, I'm like, look at what they're doing with us paying attention. Imagine what they do if they knew we weren't paying attention.
Yeah, there's a lot of misdirection.
Imagine what they would do if they knew we don't care anymore, that we stopped listening.
George Carlin, the great comedian, had a bit talking about, and it's very, applicable to today. I wish he was still alive. I'd love to hear his take on what's happening in United States politics. But he said, maybe it's not the politicians who suck. Maybe we suck. Maybe the public sucks. He goes, there's your new campaign slogan. The public sucks. Because it's the best we got. Those are the two best. That's the best this society has to offer in theory.
They're not, because what happens is that we threw originally a group of people, and it's not even we, because this happened way before us.
Yeah, it seems like a different country.
The nation back when it started decided that a certain group of people are going to have power, and then those people of power decided who's going to have it next.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't us, because it's not us today.
No.
It's not. You're already told from the beginning,
we ain't got
these are the 10 people you're going to vote for. I mean, I guess you streamline the process, because how could you possibly know who can run the whole thing?
Sure.
But the truth is, we don't know who these people are a lot of times, and you meet them through their first, debates and their campaigns and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like that's a really good point. You don't really know about a candidate until, I guess, they get on TV and they speak to you and deliver those horrific TV campaign ads. How is it that everybody in these campaign ads, the other person's evil and the other one's a savior? It's always just so cut and dry.
Why is it every 4 years this is the fate of the country in our hands?
Dude, the headlines this year are really bad. I saw this one today. The fate of the soul of America. I'm like, so dramatic. Why are we being so dramatic? Like, geez. I mean, I guess a lot of people may feel that way, but I don't know, man. We've been through a lot. This is not the first time it's been a heated presidential race, I guess.
It's always been that way.
It's always a disaster.
I go back to generation, just based on my experience. We get better over time.
We do. We do.
We're much better on, at least from the stories and the things we read, because we weren't alive 100 years ago. We're much better off today than we were before. So I don't know.
This is a fact. I mean,
yes,
in this country,
elections have consequences. Yes, there are laws and things that change, but for the most part, I have faith that things get better little by little on that broad scheme. Because a lot of things that do get worse, but for the most part, we're going to be fine.
There are things that I think people would argue need to catch up a bit quicker. But it's a good point. You know, if you look back on things, the country's doing this. We've got a long way to go. Listen, don't get this twisted. We've got a long way to go in a lot of ways.
Well, and we can. Nobody should even assume that we pretend we know everything, right?
Oh, dude, I know.
I say that to say that people, you really can nitpick and say, well, we're not doing this in education, and we're not doing this in technology because China's beating us, and Japan's beating us, and Europe is beating us in math scores and stuff like that. You can do that all day. I guess what we're talking about is the general quality of life. Seems to be, you know, taking strides forward. For some members of the population, that progress is very, very slow. Yeah. And sometimes it feels like it's not happening at all. But
in the
general sense, yes, even for the smallest sector, you know, even for the smallest population, there have been improvements. There have. I think it'd be disrespectful to say that there haven't been improvements. Yeah. You'd be spitting in the face of people that got dogs sicked on them and hoses put on them. Yeah. People that got hung from trees. To say that we haven't made any progress, you'd be disrespecting those people.
Yeah. It's a really good point, Tony.
I think we have made a lot of progress. Wish it was faster sometimes. There's way more diversity. I'm gonna tell you that, man. You never thought. With our generation is different.
Dude, I
where
freaking
a black president didn't seem foreign to us, at least.
No, it didn't seem foreign at all. Dude, I love it, man. I had one of my favorite teachers. And I can't even remember her name.
So she wasn't your favorite.
She wasn't my favorite. One of my favorite things I learned while attending college was I did a sociology of the family, of the American family. It was like, you know, not child psychology, but it was like, sociology, family. Okay. And she talked about the browning of America and how so many people are against this notion that this... We're becoming I love it, dude. We're becoming so unique and varied, and it really is a melting pot these days. And I, for one, freaking love that, man. I love that. This browning of America, where we're talking about we're having interracial couples, and the whole landscape is it really is changing. And it's been changing for a long time. And a lot of people are upset about it. I don't get it.
They're upset about the wrong things.
I don't get why you're so upset. Like, I don't get it. I think it's a beautiful thing. We're a nation of immigrants. We always have been. I think it's...
I understand that there's a pride that comes from your nationality, right? And it's important to know where you came from, your roots, and you learn about your culture, and you keep your culture moving forward.
Well, nationality
forward, right?
and culture, I feel like, are two different things.
They are. So, but the point is, it's good to hold on to your culture, at least the positive sides of it. And keep that alive and learn about, you know, where you came from. Those things are important. But marrying into another culture doesn't mean your culture ceases to exist. Your culture has now, in a way, gotten better.
Or evolved.
You've now learned new information. You can take other things from other cultures. I don't think it's intimidating. It's weird because being Hispanic, I never really understood a lot of the issues that I got exposed to as I started going to middle school and high school. I'm like what? You guys are upset about what? Like, just the whole, to be honest, not even to be super, super political, but this is just a real issue. The white and black friction that there is a lot of times, or just from race to race. Mm-hmm. You know, you see, like, you know, Asians don't mix with these guys and that. And I'm like, to me, that idea was foreign to me because as a Hispanic, Hispanics come in every shade. Mm-hmm. We have Hispanics that are black, and we have Hispanics that are very white. So it never really made sense to me when, you know, in Virginia growing up, I would hear comments about, you know, that area is this way and this area is that way. I'm like, what's the problem?
Yeah, what's the deal?
What's the issue?
Yeah.
I never understood it. And then as I heard people and got new experiences, I'm like, yeah, you guys are mad about what exactly? Because in the end, you're all going to be mixed. You know, and I say you're all going to be mixed because Puerto Ricans are mixed to begin with. You know, our race or whatever you want to call it is mixed. It's Spain, Africa, and then Puerto Rico. There was Indians in Puerto Rico, so we're mixed. You could say that
about a number of different tones. You know, I mean, Caucasian people. Are you kidding me? It's not white. We have many different origin stories here, man. You know.
Yeah, you know what's funny? That I always wondered, like, you look at video games, entertainment, like movies, video games, and a lot of times books, the hero is oftentimes a white male.
Yeah,
Oftentimes.
mid-30s.
And this is
Why?
around the whole globe. Around the whole globe, you see this. Like, you ever seen the Japanese video games we play?
Yeah, this is
The
very
main
true.
character is a white man.
Especially like the horror games.
Well, everything though.
But yeah, you're
Even in
right.
their Japanese games, they draw them more like a white man, like an American white
Do you
male,
think
right?
that's because of the end user?
No, because in Japan, the end user is Japanese, and there's a huge market
Yeah, but
over there.
Japanese game companies are making games for the whole world.
Yeah, but I think their core base where they're buying the most is probably in Japan.
I'd have to see the numbers.
Like some
on
of the games, like Pokemon and stuff like that. Like the Nintendo Switch, the core sales go to the Asia and stuff like that. I say that to say this.
As in, it's interesting.
I say that to say
Why is that?
That thing, I wish there was like a study, or maybe I just need to wake up and look at different places or whatever. But
Sure.
it's weird to me how, like, in the global sense, the white man is the minority globally. In America, it's different, right? In
Yeah.
America, but
Well, that gap is getting
it's just getting smaller because
Smaller and smaller.
The Hispanics are producing 3 to 1. You know, they stay busy.
These are universal truths. Like, sorry about it, everybody.
No, but it's weird to me how the bottom line is the world has many shades, many cultures. I don't know why that's intimidating. You can respect other people's cultures, man. It's cool.
Yeah,
It's
man.
beautiful.
Dude, that's how I look at it, dude. Like and that was one of my favorite things about being in the Marine Corps and being able to travel and experience so many different places other than America. It just really gave me an appreciation for. It's wild. You think about it. There are wonderful people everywhere that are just so different than us, but they're doing fine. And it was just so neat to interact with people from Australia, Cambodia, Mongolia, Thailand. I did a lot of, obviously Southeast Asia and Asian countries, but like it just really put into perspective. And you said it perfectly. It is really beautiful. It is beautiful. And I love that our country is becoming more and more diverse. My dad made a comment about, the commercials recently that he's watched because, he cut cable and he was like, I haven't watched TV in a long time. And he made a comment about, how varied and diverse these ads are with just people. And I was like, dude, it's freaking awesome, isn't it? Isn't this great?
How do you feel about characters like Captain America, Superman, and stuff like that? Potentially, the rumors and stuff where they want to make them a whole different gender and race and stuff like that. Like they want to make Superman a black man. Like there was a big thing with like James Bond becoming like Idris Elba.
Dude, I'm buying tickets day one. Are you kidding me? He'd be an incredible Bond. It's a different take.
It's funny.
Man.
I feel
Make
like
it a different take. Here's the thing about. Let me answer your question about the superhero thing. How many times are we going to do the story of Captain America or Spider-Man? There's only so much. Absolutely, mix it up, change it up. That's the only way you're going to keep that.
But I guess in that point, I'd say, can we just make a new superhero? Because I'm looking at it from the creative aspect. I understand the importance of representation. I'll say that, my PC comment, but this is how I really feel. I get why representation is important. That doesn't need to be explained to me. But at the same time, I'm a creative person, and I'm tired of seeing the same thing over and over. So instead of just reskinning Captain America to be, a black guy because we need more representation, can we get a brand new black character that we celebrate their culture and not just reskin a previous character? I don't get offended by it. I've seen some people online, get upset, like wrong gender, wrong color, like get really mad that like, no, Captain America is a white man. What are you doing? It's like, it's a fictional character. It doesn't really matter. But
here's the thing, though. All right, we're getting real nerdy now. Are they immortal, all these people? Or can the cowl and the cape be passed on to someone new?
Well, they did it with Terry McGinnis and Batman.
That's what I'm saying. So
and Captain America did it with the Falcon.
I freaking love it, dude. It's like, look at Spider-Man. Miles Morales.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter who you are, what you look like. If you were chosen or you were given this, it is what it is. You're the new Spider-Man, baby.
But Miles is like, he's the new one, but a different one at the same time.
He's Spider-Man, though.
And they gave him his own story, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a whole different. It's not just taking the same exact like it's not taking the same person and now he's black. Like, it has to be a whole new story. Like, if James Bond is going to be Idris Elba,
Captain America. He's got to be called something different.
Maybe he can, but I'd rather he
gotta look different.
I'd rather he be called something different. I'd rather be. Have we run out of ideas that the best we can do is take the same exact name and give it a whole, and he carries the legacy? Kill these characters, man.
Yeah,
kill them.
Yeah, kill them off, dude.
Kill them.
They're too popular, bro.
I get that Batman is like a staple. Like
you can't kill Batman.
You can't kill Batman.
Batman's never going away. Spider-Man's never going away. Superman's never going away.
I thought they did real good with Terry McGinnis as Batman. I wish they would have kept that going. I don't know. So really, I wish it was new stories to tell. I really do. And representation matters. Let's tell different stories. I just think I'm a curious person, and I wonder why does across media, why is it for the most part the same person playing every role when the world is so diverse and it's being made from Japan, from Europe and all these places, but you draw everybody the same.
It's like the Nathan Drake character, like that's the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the middle-aged white guy.
That's just Indiana Jones. Maybe it's George Lucas's fault.
Maybe it's just, dude. It's all George Lucas's fault.
I don't know,
man. All of it.
It's like why I remember. I don't know if you saw the criticism on The Witcher. They were like, why aren't there any black people in The Witcher? The whole video game. Like, you don't see black people. It's like this is like,
true.
Why?
Yeah, what is that?
Well, how come in that time frame there was nobody else of
What's
color?
going on, CD Projekt Red? What's your angle, dude? Mm-hmm. That's the developer of that wonderful game series.
The game series. You go ahead. How do you feel about the infinite delay of that game?
All right, now we're gonna let's switch gears. Talking about video games now.
That's very sad. We said Witcher, CD Projekt Red.
CD Projekt Red is the developer of a very, very popular game franchise that is now a Netflix original show, The Witcher.
It's pretty good.
It is very good. I love Henry Cavill.
A lot of adult content.
Cavill?
Keep the Cavill, something
Cavill?
like that. Keep the remote with you in case you need to fast forward something.
Yeah, and that's fine.
A bit much for.
So anyway, CD Projekt Red made The Witcher. Now they're making a game that's called Cyberpunk 2077, which is this game that has been in development for about 7 years now.
Coincidentally, the release date as well.
Yeah, dude, they pushed it back. Why is everyone freaking out about this? Games get delayed all the time. Far lesser games get delayed all the time. This is a massive, massive game that they want to get right. They're going to delay it by a month. Get over yourselves, dude. Like, people
I think it's
have
going to be delayed
pitchforks.
more. I wonder if it's going to come out this year at all.
Does it matter?
To me, not really. It's just interesting
times. January.
It's interesting times that they're releasing consoles with no games, and this was one that people were really looking forward to. And now it's like you took this one too.
Yeah, there is nothing to play on these new consoles, and that was going to be one of them. But I'm a big fan. I told you this via text the other day. There's so many games being, and this is a very. I wonder if the movie industry has this problem too. I'm sure they do, where the suits say, "Hey, look. You're gonna make the new Star Wars film, and it's got to be released by this day. I don't care how you get there. I don't care, but it will be released on this day." Now, movies do get delayed, but I feel like in the game development world, it's almost worse. The game got delayed. It's not ready. I'm a big fan of when it's ready, release it, because there's so many games these days that are just broken. Dude, I just bought a television recently, about 3 months ago, and there was bugs, issues with it, like dimming issues, where I'd be playing something and the TV every 6 to 7 minutes would dim, and then I'd have to go back and turn it off. They shipped it. We'll fix it. We'll just patch it. We'll patch it later down the road. I'm so over that. I'd rather wait and have a game or a movie or a piece of hardware work out of the box as intended and be done with it.
But the TV you bought, I don't think you bought it when it came out. Wasn't it like at least a year out or something?
No, it was brand new. It was a brand new TV. It was a 2020 model.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was 4 months old.
Still.
Yeah,
4 months is within the time.
Yeah, it's a new TV. There's
but it's a TV.
Yeah.
We'll
just patch it. We'll just patch it. We'll just put a Band-Aid on it later. We'll fix it. The day one patch for all you gamers out there.
That for sure we allow.
We do allow it.
That's not so much like the elections. That is 100%. That is a luxury item. That's a very niche item. And we are voting with our wallets that is acceptable. If we don't really like it, we need to stop.
It ties into politics, man.
But advertising is crazy how powerful it works, because we are convinced that we need that the day it comes out. We are convinced. Like, there's nothing that, like, no doubt in our mind, I need it now. There's a feeling of like missing out, a feeling of inadequacy.
Yeah, missing out is a big one.
If you don't get it the day it comes out, everybody else has it and you don't. You're not part of the conversation. Your life is not as exciting as the next guy. It's like, nah, man. Wait a year or two.
That's all in your head, man.
Let the beta tasters, the beta testers.
That's what you're doing. You get a little taste.
Let the beta testers.
Dude, there's
drop all their money on there.
There's going to be nothing to play on this new console, and everyone's going to buy it on day one. When I say nothing, there's like a very small handful of games that you're going to play.
It's very little in terms of exciting things.
Exciting or original or new.
At least to us. Some people, I think people are pretending that it is very exciting, because you have fans of each console, just like there's Apple, Android, just like there's football teams. These people love PlayStation, love Xbox. And
no matter what.
I think there's a lot of people out there pretending that they're really excited about Bugsnax, and they're really excited about... Like, come on, man.
Astros Playroom.
Yeah, no,
Like
this
we're
is
really,
what you
that's
wanted.
what we're excited about.
Even the Demon Souls game, the video game based on like Dark Souls and all those games. I see people talking about, oh my goodness, Demon. I'm like,
it's a remake
but here's the thing.
of a game that's already been out.
But you spent the entire last 6 years, has it been, since PlayStation 4?
Oh, no, it's longer than that. This was 2013, bro.
So you spent the last 7 years telling us about how you wanted a sequel to Bloodborne.
And yet here we are.
And then they come out with Demon Souls Remastered. That's what we've been waiting for. No, it isn't.
No, man.
No, it isn't. It's not what you said the last 7 years. You're lying. But you're a fan and you don't want to, take away.
We can affect change by our not taking our wallets out. I'm not getting a day one. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not going out. I'm not getting. I didn't pre-order it. I didn't know. I've pre-ordered every Sony console back to the PlayStation 2, and I'm just not doing it because
I don't remember if I pre-ordered any consoles.
Because before. There's just nothing that's exciting for me right out of the box.
Yeah, no.
I don't know
if I remember right. I think the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 I got later on, but later on when they came out.
Right now, the Xbox is the better deal. Honestly. It's the better deal.
In terms of what you're getting day one, yes, it would be the better deal, I guess, volume-wise and stuff like that. But I don't know. There's no reason for me to get it the first day. There's still no clarity on whether or not it's even going to be available for this holiday for most people.
Yeah, a lot of people say that even if you didn't pre-order, you ain't getting none of these machines. There's just not that many.
Yeah, in terms of finding it on the shelf.
Yeah, good luck.
Who knows? There's bigger and better things to do with your time anyway, I guess. I mean, they don't got to be all video games, but most of these kids, it's interesting. That's all they want to do.
Yeah.
I like it. I understand it to a point, but I don't need it the first day.
No, I don't either.
And any parent that, because it's funny, I still get text messages from friends and stuff like that got kids, and they'll ask me, like, what game should I get my kid in what, what console and stuff like that. And even at my new job, people will tell me, like, stuff like that. Like, they'll ask me about games and stuff, and I'm like, here's the deal about the new ones, the new consoles. Your kid is going to have a hard time explaining to you what game there is he needs to have with these consoles. They're going to have a real hard time. He's going to say Fortnite. That game's available on everything he has right now.
Mm-hmm. Call of Duty,
and
which is going to be available on the current gen consoles.
There's no brand new game. I wish I could tell you there's you got to have the new Halo.
They call them
man.
System sellers. There are no system sellers this time around.
2021 will be a good year.
2021.
And it's weird, man. They should have delayed all this stuff. You got 2020. You have every valid excuse on the planet
because
to
of
not
COVID.
Release anything.
Yeah, dude. We would have totally understood. Like, we got to wait till next year. But at least there's a lot of great games.
It could be a flat out lie. Everybody would believe you.
Yeah.
You can just say, I did not achieve such and such because of COVID. No one's going to question you.
And everyone goes, Roger that, Sony and Microsoft.
Matter of fact, you'll be applauded. You will be applauded for being responsible.
Thanks for even trying.
Yeah, for being safe, for keeping
taking
people
care
in mind.
of your employees.
Yeah. And it could just be we were lazy. We didn't get to it.
Or there was just no games.
Anyway. They don't develop anything. So they got to freaking create. And you don't put out something brand new with nothing to back it up. I don't understand it. Halo lost their director.
Of the new game?
Mm-hmm. They
quit?
lost their director.
Well, they fired him. Oh, he
They
quit?
Yeah.
He quit.
And I think there was a director and somebody else.
Good
luck.
luck.
And they're like, oh, that's coming out 2022 then. Like, you guys are done.
You just took on another year right there.
You guys are done.
That's wild.
So let us know what you're excited about.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Real quick, what's the things excited for with this holiday coming up? Like, what are the? I don't know what I'm gonna get these kids.
Dude, we're just trying to make ends meet right now. Straight up.
I don't know what this holiday is gonna look like in terms of. There's nothing exciting. Either there was always like you gotta get the kid the new whatever the heck. Like,
dude, I'm not even plugged into that world.
I am. I'm just like, well, what are yours? What is other people's kids excited about? What is other family members excited about?
What are the new toys?
There's nothing new out that's exciting on any side. There's no new movies. There's no new toys. There's no new games.
There's no new Tickle Me Elmo.
Because we're getting to the holiday season, right? People are gonna start buying gifts. What are you possibly buying? Because I guess if you're an adult, right? Like, I'm always good for like a couple tools that I don't have already, like like stuff for the car and stuff around the house, drills and whatever the heck. But
hand towels.
There's nothing exciting, but 2020 has been that way, I guess.
Dawn dish soap.
Nah, I get that. I feel
like I always need that.
You try to get something that's useful.
Yeah, of course.
I'm for the useful gift, dude. I try to be the useful with that. Unless it's cheap, but it's like if you're gonna spend $100, $200, $300, man, like when you're looking at your family, that better be stuff we needed. Like that we need it because we need that money for other things.
We always run
man.
into the what do you get for somebody who's got everything, and so now, at least for my parents and things like that, it's like they've been around for a while and we've done all the gifts, so it's like now we're just trying to just be creative. Would he like? My wife loves it. Do you think he would like this? And I'm like, at this point, I don't know. I just don't know anymore.
Well, I think it's important to try to give somebody something they like. It's
Sentimental,
important.
maybe.
Because it's lazy to give somebody something about, well, just return it. It's like,
cash.
Get to know. Nah, cash is not cool, man.
Cash. We talking about cash ain't cool.
I'd rather just, it's messed up, right? But I'm like, if I was going to get it anyway, that's what the gift needs to be, that I was going to buy regardless. Don't waste your money on something I don't like, that you know I don't like. It's just, we learn. We're with each other for a very long time. It's like family members, you know me for 35 years. You don't know what I like? I don't know. Save your money. Get something something people can enjoy. That's what I like most about the holidays is just being able to give something that somebody
gift.
Enjoyed. It's like, man,
that's a great
I
feeling.
wanted that, man.
When you rock a gift, when you get somebody something and they're just like blown away by that feels good, man.
My first job, I had got Jonesy a PlayStation 3 for Christmas.
Wow.
And that was a big deal for me because it was expensive at the time. And I'm like, but I'm going to go all in, man.
That's
I'm
dope.
going to go all in, like, bam, PlayStation 3, here you go.
He's like, oh, you got me the small one with the small hard drive.
Yeah, nah, that was an exciting day. So.
I'm just joking, Chauncey.
I love being a giving person when I can.
Yeah, no, you have proven that.
I try to when the opportunity presents itself.
Yes.
I'm a bad receiver in terms of these gifts and stuff and compliments and stuff. I'm like,
thank you.
I don't know. It's always weird.
Cool.
Thanks, and it's always like, so what do you want?
Oh, jeez.
Like, what's your angle? What's your angle, Jim?
What you have to do, Tony, is when you feel that way, you have to role reverse and say, do I feel that way when I'm giving gifts to people?
I'm not always that bad.
I know.
I just been through experience of just kind of bitter.
What's your angle, Jim?
Just kind of like, I don't know. But it takes, I learned this, and we talked about this at one point recently. I learned that it takes humility to receive gifts, blessings, compliments. It takes humility to just accept that. So when somebody offers something, don't always reject it. Sometimes just accept it. Accept the help.
Yeah. You got to.
It's a huge fulfillment to be the helper. Don't deny somebody that feeling.
That's what really hit when you told me that recently. That was a really very smart thing to say.
I had to learn that the hard way, and I think it's important. Don't deny somebody the feeling and the fulfillment of helping.
They want to help you. They want to help you.
If they genuinely want to help.
Yeah, right. For the right reasons, of course.
Yeah.
But anyway, accept help, people. Get help. Go get help.
Get help.
Send help.
All right. This is Tony.
And I'm Matt.
And this has been episode something of the Tsunami Podcast.
Yeah. Nice job. Boom. Right on time.